Close your eyes for a moment and travel back with me. Picture yourself as a newborn baby, that version of you that knew nothing about deadlines, heartbreak, or bills. See that tiny chest rising and falling in the most perfect rhythm, your belly expanding like a little balloon with each breath. There was no anxiety in that breath, no holding back, no shallow panic. Just pure, unfiltered life flowing through you like you were connected to some cosmic power source. Now, if you actually research how nature functions, prepare to have your mind completely blown. Take an ancient tortoise that lives 150 years. Scientists have discovered that these creatures breathe at only 3 to 4 breaths per minute, slow and deliberate, like they know a secret about time itself. Or look at a snow tiger in the wild. When it's resting, its entire body moves with each breath, not just its chest, but its whole core expanding and contracting like a powerful engine at idle. These animals will outlive and outperform most humans simply because they never forgot the one thing you and I were born knowing, but somehow lost along the way. Here's what's going to blow your mind. Somewhere between that innocent baby and who you are right now, you forgot how to access your most powerful tool. It's like you were born with a magic wand in your hand, used it perfectly for years without even thinking about it, and then one day just threw it away and started trying to create magic with a broken stick instead. Every breath you're taking right now is probably a shadow of what you're capable of. You've been sipping air like it's expensive wine when you could be drinking it like you're dying of thirst in a desert. That baby version of you was connected to something infinite. No past regrets weighing down their chest. No future fears constricting their throat. Just pure presence, breathing like they owned the entire universe. And here's the heartbreaking part. You still have that same respiratory system, those same lungs, that same diaphragm. But somewhere along the way, the world convinced you to breathe like you're constantly bracing for impact. Like you're perpetually holding your breath waiting for the other shoe to drop. What if I told you that baby knew how to instantly change their reality with every single breath? What if that tortoise is accessing a frequency of existence that you've forgotten how to tune into? What if the most powerful weapon in your entire arsenal has been sitting right there in your chest this whole time, and you've been treating it like it's broken? So what happened? How did we go from being natural breathing masters to walking around like we're constantly out of breath? Here's the brutal truth. Modern life turned your breathing into survival mode, and you never switched it back. Think about it like this. Imagine your nervous system is like a smoke detector in your house. It's supposed to go off when there's actual danger, right? But what if that smoke detector got stuck on high alert and started screaming every time you toasted bread, opened the oven, or even walked past the kitchen? That's exactly what happened to your breathing. Every deadline at work, every notification on your phone, every news headline, every traffic jam. Your body started treating all of these like saber-toothed tigers. And when you're running from a tiger, you don't breathe deep and slow. You breathe fast, shallow, and high up in your chest, ready to sprint for your life. The problem is, you never stopped running. Most people are walking around doing what I call survival breathing. Short, shallow gasps that barely fill the top third of their lungs. It's like trying to fill a swimming pool by only turning on the faucet a tiny bit. You're getting water, but you're never actually filling the pool. Your body is getting oxygen, but it's never getting the deep, nourishing breath that tells every cell in your body, hey, we're safe. We can relax, we can actually live instead of just survive. This isn't just about stress management or anxiety relief. Though trust me, we'll get there. This is about the fact that your shallow breathing is literally sending a constant signal to your brain that says, danger, stay alert, something's wrong. And your brain, being the obedient servant it is, creates a reality that matches that signal. Is it any wonder that when you breathe like you're in constant danger, your life starts to feel like you're in constant danger? Here's where things get absolutely fascinating, and I want you to stay with me because this is going to change how you see everything. Dr. Joe Dispenza, one of the leading researchers in neuroscience and human potential, discovered something that sounds like science fiction, but is actually science fact. Your breath is literally the remote control for your brain chemistry. Think of your nervous system like a sophisticated radio. Right now, most people are stuck on the emergency broadcast station. You know, that annoying beeping sound that interrupts everything? But breathwork is like having the ability to tune into any frequency you want. Want to access creativity? There's a breath pattern for that. Want to tap into manifestation and the law of attraction? Different breath pattern. Want to experience what spiritual traditions call awakening? You guessed it. There's a specific way to breathe that opens those doors. Here's the mind-blowing part. When you breathe properly, you're not just getting more oxygen. You're literally changing your brainwaves. Shallow breathing keeps you stuck in beta brainwaves. That's your analytical, worried, constantly thinking mind. But deep rhythmic breathing shifts you into alpha and theta states. The same brainwaves present during meditation, deep prayer, and those moments of pure inspiration when ideas seem to download directly from the universe. Scientists have proven that just 5 minutes of proper breathwork can reduce cortisol, your stress hormone, by up to 68%. It increases GABA, your natural relaxation neurotransmitter. It activates your vagus nerve, which is like hitting the reset button on your entire nervous system. But here's what most people don't realize. This isn't just about feeling better. When you change your internal state through breathwork, you're literally changing your ability to perceive opportunities, solutions, and possibilities that were invisible to you before. It's like cleaning the lens of a camera. The world doesn't change, but suddenly everything comes into sharp, clear focus. That's what happens when you shift from survival breathing to what I call creation breathing. You start operating from a completely different codex of reality. All right, here's the moment you've been waiting for. I'm about to give you back what was always yours. Think of this like remembering how to ride a bicycle, except this bicycle can take you to dimensions of yourself you forgot existed. First, let's get one thing straight. Proper breathing isn't something you do with your chest. Your chest is like the shallow end of a swimming pool. Sure, you can splash around there, but the real depth, the real power, happens way down below. Your diaphragm, that dome-shaped muscle sitting right below your lungs, that's your breathing powerhouse. It's like having a Ferrari engine and only using first gear your entire life. Here's how you reconnect with your natural breathing superpower. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Now imagine there's a balloon inside your abdomen, and with each inhale you're slowly inflating that balloon. Your chest hand should barely move. This isn't about filling your lungs from the top down. It's about filling them from the bottom up, like pouring water into a glass. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Feeling that balloon expand. Your ribs should widen. Your back should expand. Your entire core should participate in this beautiful dance of life. Hold for a count of 4. This isn't holding your breath in panic. This is like letting wine breathe, allowing the oxygen to fully saturate your system. Then exhale through your mouth for a count of 6, like you're gently deflating that balloon, releasing not just air but tension, stress, and everything that no longer serves you. This is what every meditation teacher, every yoga master, every spiritual tradition has been pointing toward. This breath is the bridge between your physical body and your spiritual essence. It's the doorway between your thinking mind and your knowing heart. When you breathe like this, you're not just practicing mindfulness. You're actively participating in your own personal development and spiritual growth. Ancient traditions called this pranayama, literally life force extension. They understood that breath wasn't just about staying alive. It was about accessing the energy, healing, and holistic health that comes from aligning with your natural rhythm. Now here's where the magic happens, and I mean this literally. The moment you start breathing this way, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now, your entire internal reality begins to shift. It's like switching from a black and white TV to 4K color. Everything becomes more vivid, more alive, more possible. Within 60 seconds of proper breathing, your heart rate variability improves, sending signals of safety throughout your entire system. Your brain stops screaming emergency and starts whispering possibility. That mental fog that's been clouding your thinking, it begins to lift. Those anxious thoughts that ping-pong around your mind, they start to slow down and lose their grip on you. This is the foundation of everything. Manifestation, positive thinking, visualization, law of attraction. You can't manifest from a state of survival breathing because you're literally broadcasting the wrong frequency. But when you breathe from your center, from your power, you become a magnet for the life you actually want to create. Think of it like tuning a guitar. When the strings are out of tune, nothing sounds right no matter how beautifully you try to play. But once you tune those strings, once you tune your breath, suddenly every note resonates perfectly. Your entire life starts to come into harmony. That baby version of you is still there, waiting to be remembered. That tortoise wisdom is still accessible. That natural state of presence, peace, and unlimited potential, it's all still here, just one conscious breath away. You haven't lost anything. You've just been looking in the wrong direction. So take a breath. Not the shallow, panicked breath you've been surviving on, but the deep, nourishing breath of someone who remembers they were born to thrive. Your reality is about to change, and it starts right now.